morning, Kilbourne. This is your WKHS News for Friday, April 14th. On this week's news, we follow the boys lacrosse team on their spring break trip, learn about Kilbourne students working at Brookdale Senior Living, highlight Casey Kohler playing on the boys tennis team, and make another visit to the EL classroom. Your WKHS News starts now.
Good morning, Kilbourne. I'm Gabby Okins.
And I'm Claire Schiffer.
This past week, Kilbourne spring sports teams went on their spring break.
Ty, Jack, and Jack share how their trip went.
The spring break trip was good. It was a good team bonding experience, especially as a freshman for me.
Over spring break, the boys lacrosse team went down to Virginia. We looked into what they did and how they performed against the teams they played.
Biggest thing we like to do is just get away from Worthington in general. Get the 29 guys that are the varsity roster away from all the noise, away from Ohio and the chatter around who's what not, and just worry about ourselves, enjoy ourselves, our time together, and hopefully build relationships that spill over onto the field and allow us to just come together as one and not be 29 separate guys. That's the biggest point of why we go on these out-of-state trips, is not only to play some real top-notch, top talent that is across the nation, but mostly to enjoy ourselves together and try to become one.
We played good teams, lost the first one, won the second one. We went putt-putting. That was all right. Chipotle guy forgot the spoons, or forks, whatever. And we saw the Virginia campus. That was cool. Yeah.
This has been Ty, Jack, and Jack with your WKHS News.
There are lots of job opportunities for Kilbourne students.
Kate and Jade highlight Brookdale and some students that work there.
I am a server, so I will take orders and get things that the residents ask for and just kind of do things like that.
Brookdale Trillium Crossing is an assisted living home that has hired many Kilbourne students to work as servers in their dining hall.
I heard about Brookdale through one of my friends, Addie Crone. She worked there before me, and I was just talking to her about trying to find a job. She was like, come work here, it's fun. I'd say that being a server can be like semi-stressful just because like you got a lot of tables you gotta remember. But I do like enjoy the residents' interactions, because while some of them have the stereotype of not being like the nicest, a lot of them really are, and like thank you for working and like are really kind and good people.
My favorite memory would have to be when I first started working there. There was one resident that was a little unhappy with me because I've forgotten a tea bag, and another resident, my favorite resident, had watched the interaction, and then she kind of gave me a little pep talk, and then after that we just became like best buds.
There are like a few residents that just like will be saying the wildest things, and there's someone else we work with named Kenan, and like one of the older residents, she was like trying to hit on Kenan basically. Our manager Steve, she called Kenan cute, and then Steve said yeah, and he's looking for his first kiss and walks away.
My favorite memory with the residents is Mardi Gras, where we ate delicious food and dressed up for dinner.
The main memory that sticks out to me, there's this one woman that I served a lot, and usually she kind of gets on my nerves. She can be kind of like picky and impatient, and I just get kind of tired of it. But one day I was really stressed and busy, and I kept like apologizing, and she was really nice, and she was like, no, you're doing a good job, and she was all of a sudden really nice to me, which was just kind of sweet.
One of the most like sentimental memories is when we got to celebrate a lady's 102nd birthday, because it was just so cute to see all of her friends bring her treats, and it was really sweet.
Brookdale Trillium Crossing is currently hiring servers to work in the dining room. You can view more information about the job at brookdale.com. This has been Kate Doherty and Jade Dickman, WKHS News.
Next up is a feature on Casey Kohler and her tennis season with the boys.
I really just like that it's as much a physical game as a mental game, and anyone can win on any night.
This spring, Casey Kohler is playing on the boys' tennis team. She discusses her decision and what she's expecting for this season.
I wanted to compete on the boys' tennis team because I couldn't play girls' season this year because of a torn ACL last basketball season. So I just want to be able to play tennis again. Being on the boys team, it's definitely a different dynamic. I think the girls were a lot more like relaxed and kind of like joking around like during practices and stuff. So it's a little bit more intense, but I enjoy that. And then playing against other boys on like different teams, I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll be fine and it'll just be the same thing. I think it would be really cool if more girls could join like the guys team, especially if they're like had the same circumstances, and like guys joining like girls or something like that. I think it would just be really cool that everyone can just play against each other and that there's not really a difference.
Make sure to come support boys tennis this season and see Casey play. This has been Cameron Dewey, WKHS News.
This week on The Ravine, you can find the following stories.
Hi, I'm CJ Smith and I'm the online editor for The Ravine. I recently redesigned our website and you should check it out at wkhsmedia.com.
Next up is a story on our English language learners here at Kilbourne.
Mi nombre es Frida y soy de México y esta es mi experiencia la primera vez en una escuela en Estados Unidos.
Good morning everyone, my name is Chataline Petitfrere. I'm from Haiti, I speak French and Creole and I speak a little bit Spanish.
Hi, my name is Momoko. I'm from Japan.
Hola, soy Roslimar Carrero, soy de Venezuela y llevo 2 años aquí en Estados Unidos.
This is our story.
Estaba contenta y a la vez tenía miedo porque no conocía a nadie y no sabía el idioma. Entonces se me dificultaba mucho conectar con la demás gente, pero mi primer día los maestros y algunas personas fueron muy amables conmigo y me ayudaron. Conocí a una persona que ya sabía inglés, entonces era como una ayuda para mí, para estar en la escuela y que entienda un poquito más en las clases. La verdad, los maestros me ayudaron mucho y fue una experiencia que me gustó. Estoy feliz de haber vivido esto porque pensé que iba a ser peor de lo que yo pensaba, pero tuve expectativas altas y les agradezco mucho a las personas que me ayudaron a tener mi primer día grandioso.
The first week when I come to Kilbourne High School, it was difficult and I was really sad because I didn't speak English and I could not understand when the teacher and student were talking to me. An Asian school and US school are very different, but in Asian school, you must use your notebook and Chromebook to do work, however you have to do for school, and for US school, but you must use technology for at school. I feel comfortable at Kilbourne High School.
When I come to here, I have a lot of trouble talking to people who had an accent or who spoke quickly, especially the people I meet for the first time, because they don't know I can't speak English well. But most people help me a lot, so I'm relieved.
Aprender un nuevo idioma no es fácil porque es cuando estás pequeño y estás aprendiendo a hablar. Es algo así, literalmente. No te rindas. Todo lo que tuve que pasar aquí en Estados Unidos y en Venezuela me ha hecho crecer como persona y me ha hecho madurar un poco más.
This has been Bryson Malinowski
And Tess Petrucci, reporting for WKHS News.
This has been your WKHS News.
Make sure to come out and support track, boys lacrosse, tennis, and baseball this weekend.
Have a fun and safe weekend. Remember, keep it classy, Kilbourne. Okay, we're going to show you what happens after. We take off our mics and we put them on mute.